What's up, guys? We're back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and we are the Mermaid Gang. And this is where you can come and suspend your disbelief. I am your favorite YouTuber and your favorite manifestation coach. I know. So if you would like for me to help you dissolve whatever is between you and your manifestation, we're gonna cut that shit out of the way. Go ahead and sign up for coaching with me below. I have a Halloween week sale going on right now for my 5 and 10 emails because they're the most expensive. So I thought y'all might like a little discount. Okay. All right. We're gonna answer some questions today. I asked you guys on Twitter to ask me questions. Obviously there's a lot more than what I can answer in one video, but I'm gonna do my best. So let's go ahead and get into it because we're already 2 minutes in and I already know some of these I'm gonna have a lot to say. I'm gonna try to keep it short, okay? I'm gonna try to keep it short and to the point. All right, I know it's advised to pick a few affirmations and repeat them. However, I like to rampage several affirmations and change the wording often to make the thoughts feel natural. Am I hurting my manifestation by changing and using multiple affirmations? Okay, first of all, you can't hurt your manifestation unless you're literally thinking against it. You can make it one take longer. You can't really hurt it because if you're being persistent in something, it's going to manifest. But you could make it take longer if you were like trying to do a bunch of random affirmations, but if they all imply the same thing and you're just rampaging the same idea, they all imply the same thing, you're just saying it a bunch of different ways, which I've done multiple times, it still works. You're not hurting your manifestation. You can't hurt your manifestation, and it is not going to delay your manifestation because you're still persisting in the same idea, in my opinion, with confidence. I like rampaging. It implies confidence and it almost demands, and I don't know, it just made my bossy personality. But I like rampages. I don't do it all the time, but if needed, yeah, it works. Go ahead, it's fine. People say you'll dream of your manifestation if your subconscious is impressed. Is that really required to dream about it? If we're not dreaming about it, does it mean that we're affirming less? No. Okay. I have maybe dreamed of my manifestations once, and I've manifested tons of shit. I don't share it all. I share some of it, and some of it you can see. I mean, it's like my channel and stuff like that, my success and all that stuff. I share some of my stuff, but I manifest things all the time, and I never dream about them before they come about. The only one I dreamed about slightly was the money 2 years ago, but that you don't need to look for an indicator that your subconscious is impressed. You don't need to worry about that. If your manifestation, because regardless, you got to keep affirming if it's not here. If your manifestation is not manifested, if it's not in your reality yet, if it's not, things are not the way you want them to be yet, just keep affirming, okay? You don't need an indicator because that's still not going to change the fact that you still have to keep persisting because it's not your full physical manifestation. I know y'all all want to know like where you're at in your subconscious. It's not necessary. Who cares? It's not here yet, is it? Then keep affirming. You don't need an indicator. It's not important, and they're not, a lot of times there's not one. There's not one. And sometimes people get an indicator or they'll go get a tarot reading or something like that and it still hasn't manifested because maybe they think, oh, well, it's there, I don't have to keep affirming, or whatever the reason. No, just keep going. Just keep going until you are experiencing it. What does putting someone on a pedestal really mean? People say that manifesting just one desire at a time means that you're putting your desire on a pedestal. First of all, that's bullshit. That's not true. Just manifesting one desire at a time just means that one's okay. Stop putting rules. There are no rules to manifestation. Putting it on a pedestal, which they got that term from me a long time ago. I know. I can literally hear the mad people right now. Oh, she's claiming something else. Yes, I am. I said that term like 2 years ago in fucking 2020, and y'all ran with that shit so hard. When I say it, I mean you're putting that thing above you. You look at it as unattainable or very hard to attain. That is not the case with anything. Nothing is hard for you to attain because you are the operant power. You're the boss. You're the creator of your reality. Nothing is unattainable. If you desire it, you can have it. And if you put it on a level where you think it's hard for you to get or it's unattainable and you have a lot of doubts about it because it seems hard and unattainable, that is putting it on a pedestal. That's when I need you to step back into your power and remind yourself, no. I'm in control. I'm the boss. This is my reality. I can have whatever I want. That's what I need you to do in that moment. That's what putting it on a pedestal means. You choosing to prioritize one desire does not mean you're putting it on a pedestal. Something can be very, very, very important to you and you can literally be in need of it. But as long as you are affirming as if you have it, it's still gonna manifest. Which is another thing that pisses me off. You can't need it. You can't want it. You can't. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I can. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Because this is my reality. And I'm going to manifest however I want. And common sense would tell you that people need lots of things. Half the shit people manifest are things that they need. They still manifest it. Needing it doesn't stop you from getting it. Putting it on a pedestal, deeming it unattainable, and thinking that it's unattainable rather than just reminding yourself of who you are and telling yourself it's easy, that is the only thing that stops it. No rules. When an opposing thought comes, can you just ignore it and focus more on your new thought instead of addressing the old one? That is addressing the old one. It's just not that you're like, oh my God, no, stop. Stop right there. It's not that. When you just think your new thought instead, the one that is opposite, because if you're having an opposing thought, that means you're having an opposite thought of what you're trying to manifest. So if you're just jumping right to your affirmations, then that is quickly correcting that thought, because two can't exist together because they're two different realities. Does that make sense? Is it important to repeat the exact same sentence while affirming, or can we affirm using sentences that mean the same? Yeah, like I answered in the first question, it can, as long as it implies the same thing. The wording is not that important. My preference is to use the same sentence over and over again just because I find that easier because I get distracted really easily. So I just like to keep it very short and simple for me to just repeat on a loop. But if you prefer to just say the same thing a bunch of different ways, that's totally fine, as long as it implies the same thing. I just don't recommend you affirming for like 7 different desires at the same time. Keep them separate. The example was like, should I keep repeating I'm the most popular YouTuber, or can I say things like I'm a famous social media influencer, everyone using YouTube knows me? You can say it in every way you can think of to say it. It will still work. Do you have to use your mother tongue while manifesting, or other languages work just fine for what your brain's used to? I personally think that you should use whatever language you think in, but you don't have to. I mean, if you know English or you know another language and you prefer to affirm that way and you understand it, I don't see why it wouldn't still work. I've seen success both ways. In so many videos you say think from the reality. When you're talking about affirming or manifesting in general, can you explain that? When I say think from the reality, it's okay. When you are manifesting something, essentially there is a version of you that already has that. It's like a state, like a realities are like a film strip, you know, all these little different pictures make up this one big video, right? Well, you that doesn't have money is not the same you that has money, obviously. So when I say think from the reality of having what you want, I mean think like you have the kind of money that you want. So if you want to be a millionaire, but in this reality you're broke, you can't think from this reality and experience the money from that reality. Does that make sense? So if you start thinking, I'm a millionaire, I have tons of money, I'm a money magnet, money is so easy for me to manifest, etc. You're thinking from that reality where what you want exists for you, and you shift into that reality, and then you experience the things that that person experiences, that version of you. Does that make sense? I'm just asking because I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying. A lot of people have asked me to do Isn't It Wonderful again, like a video on it, and I thought maybe I would do one and talk about like alternative phrases. I think I've done that before, but I could do it again if y'all want me to. What is even the point of discussing resistance when we can instantly decide that we don't have it, so we can make the process way easier? Yes, but the reason I still discuss it is because there are some people who can't just decide like, oh, I don't have resistance. Can you train yourself to not have resistance and opposing thoughts? Yeah, but because I want to make sure that I cater to everyone, because everyone's journey is different. The way people process things are different. The way people handle things, go about things, and can comprehend things is all different. So I like to go ahead and include it because, yeah, I can be like, oh, you don't have resistance, just say you don't have it. But there are going to be so many people that are like, I don't know how to do that. I can't just decide I don't have resistance. So what I like to tell you guys is that if you do, and resistance is simply opposing thoughts. It's nothing magical. It's nothing bad. It's not blocks or whatever. It just means that you have more opposing thoughts. So if you have opposing thoughts to something, I want you to remember that the more you affirm as if you have that thing, because the big question is always, I'm affirming that I have it, but I keep having these opposing thoughts. Keep affirming, because the more you think from the person that has what you want, the more you think as that person, those thoughts are going to naturally go away. Because as you shift into the state of the person who has it, you're no longer going to have the thoughts of the person that doesn't have it. So if you'll be consistent and keep persisting in your affirmations, you're going to shift into the version of you that has that thing and who does not have those thoughts. So you don't have to fight them. You don't have to worry about them. Just shift by... Millie is snoring her ass off, okay? And I'm not going to wake her up, so sorry. So just keep affirming and you will shift, and those thoughts, resistance will naturally go away. But yeah, resistance is just opposing thoughts. That's it. It's not some big horrible thing. But I still like to tell people how to get past it, because not everybody can just decide they don't have resistance. You can, and if you can, that's great. Or if you want to train yourself to not have opposing thoughts, you can say everything is easy for me. I easily shift. I easily manifest what I want. However you want to word it. But some people aren't there yet, so I still talk about it so that people still know how to handle it, because there are people experiencing it. Resistance is not some big bad thing. It's just opposing thoughts. And another question I want to point out that multiple people have asked me actually is, why can I manifest little things or certain things so freaking fast with no problem, and bigger, more important things to me take longer? And that is because of the opposing thoughts. You don't have any opposing thoughts to manifesting a free coffee like you would manifesting a spouse or $1 million or a mansion or something like that. It's because we've been taught to think of certain things as harder or bigger or more unattainable than others. A coffee is not, by our logic that we've been taught, as hard to manifest or obtain as $1 million or a mansion or a house in general. So we're kind of working ourselves out of that. You can decide that everything is the same, of course, but I'm just saying that is why you have, it just depends on the amount of opposing thoughts you have towards the thing. You don't have any towards manifesting a free coffee or seeing a yellow car. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I just wanted to ask something. So, like, I want to manifest looking like a completely different person. Should I use revision for this so that everyone thinks I've always looked like that? And my school ID pics, you can use revision and say you've always looked that way, or you can affirm you look that way and just let everything shift on its own. But if you feel like revision would be the way that is better for you, then yeah, just use revision. What do you do if a transition period actually brings unfavorable things into your 3D? Not just stopped movement, but what feels like the opposite direction altogether, and is even a purge, or am I manifesting wrong with limiting beliefs in place? There are many things that could be occurring here. You could be not aware that you're still in the old story majority of the time. You could just be manifesting a purge and transition because you believe that's what has to happen, in which I would recommend you to say, I don't experience a purge. I easily move into the reality I want. I easily manifest everything I want. Everything comes to me so easily, which I think would really solve your problem either way. If you would just affirm, I get everything I want easily. Everything is easy for me. I think that would really take care of what you are experiencing, as well as manifesting. I'm a master at manifesting. I get everything I want. Because a lot of times it's just that. You just still think things are hard. So I would affirm that everything is easy and you're a master at manifesting, and that should take care of it. And stop believing in the purge. When I made the purge video or the transition video 2 years ago, at that time, based on the knowledge that I had, I thought I had to experience it. But learning more and more and more, I learned that I don't have to experience a lot of things that I thought back then that we had to experience. So that's why I'm like correcting things now that I believed back then, because I don't want you guys to keep believing in it either when you don't have to experience it. How do you avoid procrastination in manifesting? My brain will be like, not today, we'll do it tomorrow, let me rest today. Again, same story. Procrastination is just, I mean, it's a thing that a lot of people experience. So I recommend literally just saying, I don't procrastinate anything. I love getting things done. I love doing things right now. I love doing what I'm supposed to do. And that has helped me a lot because I'm a big procrastinator too. And I've started just saying, no, I love getting things done. I love being, or I'm always motivated. I always do what I need to do. You could say, I love affirming. I love doing my, I love manifesting. I love affirming. I love doing what I have to do. However you want to word it, I would recommend you just starting to say that. And at first, you kind of just gonna have to make yourself do it. I know it's really hard as a procrastinator because you can literally talk yourself out of anything. Trust me, I know. But I would say just do it. Like, just make yourself do it at first, but also affirm. Like, I love doing this. I love affirming. I am so consistent. I do everything I need to do. You can affirm yourself into any version of you that you want. Damn, we're already at 20 minutes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna answer a couple more. This is gonna be a long video, man. I'd like to know your steps on how to really saturate your mind, especially on things you get the most resistance from in 3D. Okay. This goes for things that I have resistance to, opposing thoughts, or things that I need quickly. So if you're a time crunch, or if you need to get through opposing thoughts, this is what I do. And I know some of you might not like this, but she asked how I do it. And this is how I do it. So if you don't like this way, you don't have to do it. But she asked me how I do it. So I affirm my fucking ass off. I make time. I will do the 3 times a day, sitting for 10+ minutes. I will actually put a whole YouTube video on, a whole hour YouTube video on, like a whole vlog, or a whole, like, actually Garrett Watts has like 2-hour YouTube videos that I've already watched a million times. So I will literally put his videos on or something like that, and I will affirm the whole fucking time. I will get up and clean the house. I like to walk and do things and affirm because I feel like I get too sleepy when I'm sitting sometimes. So if I'm not doing the YouTube video thing, then I will get up and I will go walking, and I will affirm the whole time I'm walking. I will clean and I will affirm the whole time I'm cleaning. I'll reorganize. I'll find something to do, so that things that I don't have to think about, and I will run my affirmation through my head all damn day, and it works every time. Every single time it works. I will just overly saturate, okay? Do you recommend robotically and mindlessly affirming if I think they're saying if we have so much to do or something to do. Yeah, as long as you're repeating them affirmations, it will work. I do recommend making time to like do your intentional affirming, your focused affirming. But yeah, I have manifested plenty of things robotically affirming all day, just like I said, just thinking it over and over and over and over and over while I do random shit. What do you do when you're in a 3P situation and the 3P knows about manifestation? That doesn't matter. Any tips? I managed to break them up, but they got back together. That literally doesn't matter, because from your perspective, this is your reality. Like, I know the whole reality thing and how each person's reality works and how all that shit is very confusing, and I don't really fully understand it. All I know for sure is that it doesn't matter who all in my reality knows about manifesting. This might be an ego thing, okay? But it works. In my mind, I'm the best and nobody's stronger than me. That's what I believe. I believe that regardless of why or how, I don't care how, I don't care why, I don't care how the reality shit works. All I know is that, let's say I'm you. I'm you in this scenario. And you have my personality. I'm being you with Sammy's personality. Okay. She's not stronger than me. She, he, whoever the 3P is. 3P? Yeah, not stronger than me. Nobody's stronger than me. When I tell you I have such an ego about this, that I spare people when I hate to sound, no, I don't hate to sound cocky, actually I don't. In my mind, and it works, I am the strongest. So I recommend that you view yourself the same way. It doesn't matter how much she knows about manifestation. And what I was about to say is, I spare a lot of people because I have changed people that said really mean things about me. But I spare a lot of people in my reality that are like on the internet and stuff, and like, because people be like, well, if you're going through drama with something or if somebody's talking shit about you, why don't you just manifest them away? Or why don't you? I can, but I pick and choose what I spend my energy on. First of all, if I have more important things to manifest, I don't really care what other people are doing. But like in your situation, let's say I'm being you, right? I'm you, and this is important. This is an important situation that you do care about. Nobody's stronger than you. I don't know why. It doesn't matter why. But if I'm you, that 3P is not stronger than me. I don't care if that person has read every fucking book and watched every fucking video on manifestation. That 3P is not stronger than me and will never have what I want. If I want something, sorry, you're shit out of luck. It's mine. You can't have it because I'm stronger. I don't know why. I don't care why. But in my mind, and like I said, it might be an ego thing, I'm stronger. And so I'm going to get what I want. And what you get is not my problem. You can go figure that out somewhere else. But you're not getting what I want. So I highly suggest you take on that mentality and understand that it doesn't matter why you're the strongest in your reality or whatever. And it doesn't matter how it works, but you are. Nobody is spiritually stronger than you. Think of yourself that way. Affirm yourself that way. Nobody is spiritually stronger than you. That is literally, I know this about myself. Nobody is stronger than me. Nobody can have anything that I want. Nobody can do things that I don't want them to do. If I really want to change something, I can change it. And it doesn't matter how opposite that person is, or how much that person knows, or how much that person thinks they're a master at manifesting. Not better than me. So, you got it. Trust me. You have nothing to worry about. You're stronger. Why do people say the desire will leave if you don't fix yourself first? Usually an SP. I don't know, but that shit's stupid. Because let me explain it this way. Say I have a shitty self-concept. Like, I know that's what they're referring to when they say fix yourself. But I have a very strong assumption that I have really good luck with relationships. And even if I don't feel like I have good luck with relationships, I feel like with this specific relationship, with this specific person, I have affirmed myself right into a state of this person isn't going anywhere. They are obsessed with me. I am the love of their life. And I've just decided that, or I have affirmed myself into that state. I can still have a shitty self-concept, but that assumption still stands. You have so many different assumptions about different things, and your self-concept does not control every single one of them. It just doesn't. I mean, there's just plenty of evidence of that. You can have a shitty self-concept, but still truly believe that you're really good at manifesting money, though. Or you're really good at relationships, or this specific only 1 in a million person, this one person out of all the people, you might not be able to control anyone else, but you might believe that this person, or you might have manifested yourself into a state of this person worshiping the ground you walk on. They're not going anywhere because that's your assumption. People can say what they want, but that's how it is. You do not have to fix yourself. Do I recommend you having a good self-concept? Yeah, of course. It helps everything. But does that mean that you won't keep your manifestation? No, not at all. Even if you affirm for perfect self-concept, but you still think that your SP hates you, or that relationships are hard, or that you can't manifest people, you can think you're the hottest bitch in the world. You can think that everything works for you except relationships. So therefore, you've still got to fix that assumption about relationships. You know what I'm saying? What techniques do you use that work immediately? Affirming, 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 affirming. Which ones do you use every day consistently, and which ones when things are really bad? Things are never really bad because I always stay on top of my thoughts and I keep myself in a state where everything is always really good. So, but you can do that too. Affirming, 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 affirming. My answer is always going to be affirming, thinking as if. Are blanket affirmations just as effective as specific ones? I feel like they're more efficient and can save you time. Yeah, they're just as effective in my opinion. Blanket affirmations just cover a lot more. You know exactly what you're implying. Like with the isn't it wonderful, that is a blanket affirmation. Or with my affirmation, everything in my life is always perfect. I know that I mean every single thing. That means that I must have everything that I want. So yeah. Is it possible to affirm someone else's exact body figure when yours is completely different to theirs? Yes. Absolutely. You can, your mind controls your body. Your mind can make your body rework whatever needs to be reworked, essentially. There's plenty of studies on it. And you said, what are some affirmations? If so, I would say affirming, oh my God, we literally have the same body. You don't have to say it like me, but I would say we have the same body. I look exactly like that. That's exactly how I look. Things like that. A lot of these are about doing a video on Isn't It Wonderful, so if y'all want me to do that, I will. But this video is like 30 freaking minutes long, so I'm gonna cut it here. I feel like I answered a good variety of questions that I see pretty commonly, so hopefully it answers something for you. I'll do a Q&A again soon. I kind of like that. It's an easy video and I get to make multiple points that I need to make. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we out.